Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through how to create the Padlet that you need to create to keep track of your independent reading journal responses. I was going to set this up a little bit differently, but I can only create so many Padlets through the free account. But you can create one and I can view it when you share the link with me. And then I think what's also good about that is it's just visible to you and I. Whereas if I created it and had everybody post in it, everyone else could read it. So this gives a little more privacy as well. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is go to padlet.com. And I've already created an account, so it looks a little bit different, but you'll need to create an account if you don't already have one using your Google login for school. And then you're going to make a Padlet, and you'll notice there are all kinds of layouts that you can use. The only thing I really don't want you to use is actually, let me backtrack. I think you could use wall, grid, or shelf, and it would be fine for what we're doing. The others, I think your responses are going to be buried a little bit. And so it'll be more streamlined and easier for me to find your responses if you just stick to wall or grid or shelf. I created mine in shelf because my initial intention was for you guys to post in mine, but I ended up liking it this way anyway. So here's what I created. So I have a journal prompt here. And remember, I want you to do your reading journals handwritten in your composition notebook. And so you have access to my journal so you can see the prompts each week. And your journal isn't going to have anything in it until you add to it. So you can go ahead and put the prompts there if you want, or you can just go ahead and start responding to the prompts. I think it would be good if you have the prompt, just like copy and paste the prompt into your own page. And then down here is where I have responded to the prompt. And some things that I wrote up here. I said include full name, class period, book title and author name, page number you're on, and the title for each post. So you'll notice when you go to create a post, your title is where I want you to put your name, your class period, the title of the book, and the author's name, and the page number you're on for each one. I'm going to delete that one since I've already created one. So notice I have my name. I just chose a random class period, the title of my book, the author's name, and what page number I'm currently on. It doesn't mean my journal necessarily is about page 158. It just means that's where I am in my reading. And then I took a picture of my journal. And you might notice that I used a dark pen that's going to show up better in pictures than pencil would. So it's also a good idea to get in the habit of writing in pen because assuming things someday go back to normal, you'll need to write in pen on the AP exams as well. So it's good to get used to writing in pen. And again, that's just because it's easier to read and reproduce. Make copies of and things like that when they are scoring your exams. So it's good to get used to writing in pen. Okay, so some things in your setup that I wanted to talk to you about. In your settings, you'll notice you can title it. I included the description here, the things that I wanted you to have in it. You can have an icon or no icon. You can create wallpaper or not. All of these, choose your font and color scheme and all of those fun things. I do want you to have your author name on each post. That means it'll like automatically do that, and that will come in handy later as well. New post position. So every time you have a new post, I would like it to be first instead of last. I don't want your new posts like to move to the bottom or to the end. I do want you to allow comments so I can comment on your posts. I'd like you to also allow the like reaction so I can do that on your post as well. And then you don't need moderator approval. Profanity, it's just you and I reading it. I'm going to assume that if you have profanity in there, you have a good reason for it, that it's from the text itself or something like that. So those are the things I want you to make sure that you have selected in your settings for your Padlet when you create it. And then also, I need access to your Padlet so I can grade it. So make sure you copy that to your clipboard. And then I'm going to create a place in Classroom for you to turn that in so I can access it at any point throughout the year and do a check on your journal entries. I would ask also on your journal entries that your handwriting, please try to make your handwriting legible. I think, like I said, if you write in pen, that will help a great deal. But I mean, my handwriting is not perfect. And I was kind of in a hurry when I wrote this, but make sure that I can read what you're writing as well. And I think that is all you need to know. I think actually you can do this. You can do share and then copy link to clipboard here at any time. You don't have to go into your settings to do that so that I have access to it. I don't want you to email me your link. I want you to turn it in to Google Classroom. And there's a place for you to turn in your link in assignments in Google Classroom. I think that's it for what to do with your Padlet.